Hi everyone, you reach Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. Ciao, 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 ciao. Listen, there's this saying, it says, hell has no fury like a woman scorned. And this Tyisha Hampton, the ex for Kel Mitchell, who used to be a huge Nickelodeon star, I'ma say in the 90s, from like 1994 to 1999, she is still pissed at her ex. So much so that she decided to tell an old ancient story. And why am I saying it's an old ancient story? Because this happened way back when she was still married to her ex, Kel Mitchell, right? She tells this 17-year-old story about how one time she came home. She, I guess, already knew that her husband had cheated on her, meaning Kel Mitchell, right? He was sad about it, crying, and needed the counsel of his friends. Because listen, when we're going through stuff, who do we turn to? We turn to our family and friends, right? So he was crying, needed the counsel of his friend. He went to his good friend Nick Cannon, and she claims that Nick Cannon was not only trying to literally cheer him up, he put on the whole gear to get into uniform and get into character to cheer up his friend Kel Mitchell. So she claims that she found and walked in to Nick Cannon at the edge of their bed, their marital bed, with her husband at the time laying in it underneath the covers, and Nick Cannon was on the edge in a cheerleading suit. I mean, full gear, okay, with the, she said, with the briefs on and everything, right? You know, the little if you want to call them panties, underwear, whatever the case may be, that the cheerleaders wear underneath their skirt, because when they're flipping, tossing, and turning, so you won't see, you know, all their family jewels, they have on these little briefs. She said it was her cheerleading outfit. Nick Cannon had it on, and he was literally doing cheers for her, then at the time husband, Kel Mitchell. And we have to say to ourselves, ooh, why bring up this story 17 years later? Why now? What's your point? What does it matter? Why is it relevant? Well, when you're still pissed, angry, have a grudge, you know, have some point to prove, and you just mad at the world, that's why you bring it up. Because other than that, it has absolutely no purpose whatsoever. Now, Nick Cannon responded to the accusations half-heartedly, so to speak. Didn't deny, didn't agree, just said pretty much he probably had some awards up his behind underneath that skirt also, right? In other words, telling her that she can pretty much kiss his behind. Now listen, I'm not mad at Nick Cannon, and I'm gonna tell you why. Why are you bringing this me into y'all situation? This is not a you, me, and he. What we gonna do, baby? This is your problem. This is your business. But why I think she came at Nick Cannon, and she figured, you know what? Nick Cannon is his friend. Nick Cannon takes care of all his baby mothers. Nick Cannon has money. So maybe if I try to tell this story and kind of out Nick Cannon will be inspired to give my ex $1.2 million so that my ex can give it to me. Well, girl, your whole situation and the whole thing you try to do, in my opinion, it fell flat. Nobody cares. But let's get into this a little bit more and try to maybe understand why Tyisha Hampton is pissed, right? So she was married to Kel Mitchell for about 6 years. And listen, if I didn't get the numbers exactly right, you're going to get my point, right? They got married in 1999 and divorced in 2005, right? So that's about 6 years. So a 6-year marriage, it is directing her entire life, because here it is a decade later and she's still poking the bear, popping balloons, throwing confetti and screaming to whoever will listen, right? And I don't know when the memo came out that people should solve their grievances via social media. Now, granted, for some people that has worked, but you know, they say the definition of insanity is when you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So before this particular action, she had a couple years ago, I want to say, or maybe it was more than a couple, pretty much she was saying because he owed her money for spousal support, child support, and a tax debt, that that's where this $1.2 million is coming from. She did a video on that, and she put hashtag pay your ex, Kel, right? So she's big mad at him. She's pissed at him. She alleged that there was physical abuse, mental abuse, and they've been going back and forth, these two, and it's absolutely insanely crazy. Now, do I think that some of the things she's saying is possibly true? Well, absolutely I do, right? Because marriages break up for a reason, and sometimes with a lot of men, when they break up with an ex, they try to act like that part of their life never happened, even though kids are involved, and they will ignore the ex, and unfortunately the kids become collateral damage. They will ignore the ex, ignore the kids, and just act like their new life is all that ever existed, right? So he got remarried in 2012. Tyisha and Kel have 2 children together, 2 daughters, which I believe these 2 children are adults now. And him and his new wife have 2 children together. They have a daughter and a son. Another thing that Tyisha alleges is that he's a deadbeat dad, and that he pretty much did not see and has ignored the 2 children that they had together. I don't know if it was once it was the divorce or once he got married. And that's a heap of stuff to take in. Oh, wait, and to add insult to injury, she also claims that she had to do some jail time as a result of tax debt that was allegedly their debt and not just hers. But my thing in my mind is I want to hear more from her, because why did she go to jail for this debt and not him? Or spend some time in jail because of this debt and not him? So how do we resolve this? How do we wrap this up? What do I want to say about it? This is what I want to say. I want to say once to Tyisha, it's been over 17 years, or at least 17 years, since you two have been divorced. And I get it. When someone wrongs you, you want to make it right. You want to see them pay. You want them to answer to all the things that they have done for you. And if they owe you something, you want them to pay. And my thing is, forgiveness is for yourself, not really for the other person. So why don't you forgive him for yourself? Because for you to spend 17 years poking the bear and nothing is changing, you're really doing a disservice to yourself. And at this point, if the kids are adults, you no longer have to be in the middle of that situation. Let the kids find out for themselves about their dad. Let the kids themselves try to have a relationship with their dad. You step back and don't add a fuel to the fire by talking about their dad publicly. Handle it behind the scenes. Never let the kids see, whether they're adults or not, you say anything bad about their dad. Let them find out for themselves, right? And so if it were me, I would go mind my business. I would get my own place, make my own money. And if a judge has hit the gavel and declared that this man truly owes you $1.2 million, at some point, if it is there to get, trust me, it will come your way. And unfortunately, maybe it won't come your way for another 10 years, but it will come at the right time and when you're least expecting it, without you having to throw jabs out there, do all of these public social media rants and drag other people's name into the situation. When you start to drag other people's name into the situation, you're really just helping your ex, because you're just going to get more allies for him, more people on his side to help promote the fact that you are, a little off, a little bitter, a little crazy, and all of those particular things. And I'm not saying that's what you are. I'm saying by doing what you're doing, that's helping get more people on Kel's side. Now, she also added that this man is a pastor now. He's a hypocrite because, all the things that he does to her, it doesn't align with the profession that he has now chosen to do, and that is be a pastor. Perhaps she is right? But again, I'll say this. If it was me, I will fall back. I would handle this a little bit differently, and I would let him deal with his own demons. And if he truly owed this money, my fight and my focus would be in a courtroom trying to get the money that he owes me. So listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And here are the questions for this particular situation. Do you think she was right or wrong for dragging Nick Cannon into this situation? Do you think that she should stop this social media public fight against her ex that she has been divorced from for at least over a decade, almost approaching 2 decades? Don't you think that she should just take this fight to court and try to get her money that way? Let me know, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.